Please excuse my appearance for this video. I'm recording on a Sunday and I couldn't really be bothered. Why am I recording on a Sunday? It's supposed to be the day of rest. I've got to the stage of this pandemic where I now have a subscription to Netflix. You do not know how bad things have gotten for me to have a subscription to Netflix. So far, I'm actually quite enjoying it, especially this little series called Bridgerton, which you've probably heard about. But if you haven't, Bridgerton is a show which is set in 1813. It's a periodic drama and it's all about women trying to get married to like the dream man. In the summer of that year, it's sort of like a competition where men are trying to gain the love of the finest women in all of England. This may sound a bit messed up. It is quite a bit messed up, but it makes for quite a good show. And it also shows us how far we've come for like gender equality, but also how far we still need to go. In the show, our two main characters, Daphne Bridgerton and the Duke is what I'm going to call him because I don't remember his name. They make an agreement to pretend to be in love so that Daphne will get more eyes on her, so they get more men chasing after her. And also, the Duke just doesn't want to be sort of harassed anymore by women saying, "Why are you still single?" And that description does not give this show any credit. It's a really good show, and most importantly, it's a really entertaining show, which is really surprising considering they repeat a lot of things in it. There's 8 episodes, and in each episode, you could pretty much sum it up to be, we're going to go to a ball this episode, and we're also going to have sex. However, they do things in each episode. They add encounters, they add conversation, they add drama to make sort of each ball that they go to more interesting. Each episode has sort of different themes that they all explore. I am talking about balls, I'm not talking about the sex scenes. I'll leave the sex scene analysis to Wattpad. You're far better at that than me. After watching this series, I said that it's damn near perfection. And I truly do believe that. Bridgerton is not your stereotypical period drama. This isn't Downton Abbey. This is a really good and also meaningful series. Due to this being set in the 1800s, I say 1800s because it's 1813, but considering we're in the 21st century, I don't bloody know what's going on. Due to this show being all about women trying to marry and have kids, that this is their only purpose, it's really great that we have some characters go against this and fight against this meaning. We do get characters that are specifically designed to be like, no, this is not right, this is not women's only purpose. This is a super great way of getting this message out there. It's sort of like a vessel in some ways, and it's a really good looking vessel too. The visuals of Bridgerton, and by this I mean the actual look of the show, not the camera work, is really amazing. To me, I think this is one of the first shows that's ever demonstrated that the dull, sort of grimy look isn't always what we want. This show is bright, the colours pop, everything is super clear, it's 4K HDR, and it looks amazing. It really emphasises things like the buildings, the colour of the flowers, the fireworks, and also more importantly, the ball gowns and costumes that these characters wear. They really do look amazing. And in particular, like I said, I would like to pinpoint the fireworks scene. Now, I believe this is in the trailers, so I'm not spoiling much here, don't worry. And I'm mostly going to be talking about fireworks, so don't worry. This scene looks amazing. The bokeh of the fireworks is so bright and it pops out of the black sky, and also the editing of this moment is spot on. The editing of this specific scene reflects everything that is going on. The cuts are slower, the footage is in slow motion, and the music swells just at the right beat. Everything about this show is like this. The character development, the music, the look is amazing. However, I personally think they missed one thing. One thing is off about this show. Personally, in my own opinion, I think the way this show is shot, as in the shot types and the camera movement, is too normal and it doesn't add anything to the actual production. What I mean by this is that camera work and camera movement is a super easy and super effective way of making something more effective, making something more absorbent. It's a great way to express feelings and express what's going on screen. In this show, I think the cam work is what I like to call just there. It's as if they're documenting this. Everything is sort of wide shots or mid shots, There's no interesting camera movement going on here. As stupid as it may sound, it's amazing what a Dutch tilt will do, or a creative camera movement can do to just make the show more interesting and more exciting to watch. I mean, take this scene from Mission Impossible 1. They're in this diner, they're both having a conversation, but it's really intense. Imagine this scene, but just close-ups and not Dutch tilts, which are super cramped and looking at the characters. Imagine how boring that would be and how unstylistic it could be. Now, I'm not saying the creators should have just thrown a Dutch tilt in there for no reason, or thrown a handheld shot in because why not? No, I think camera work does need to reflect what's going on. It needs to add something. However, there are definitely things they could have done in this show to add something. This show would have been perfect if there were just a little less wide mid-shots and more stylistic choices. They do this quite well in The Queen's Gambit, which is also a newly released Netflix show. The edits and the camera work reflect so well, and they make chess exciting. Without these tight sort of shots when they're taking turns in chess, without those, the show would be quite boring. They made chess interesting by camera movement and camera shot types. I could do a whole video just on The Queen's Gambit alone, so I'm going to stop talking about that. I have faith that they're going to get more creative in future seasons, because it is a known thing that they get more creative as they go on. Perhaps they just wanted a safe starting point for this series, and as they go on, there's like 8 books they can do, so as they get on, the more creative they are going to be, which is exciting. I actually really like this series. Oh, I also think my favourite thing out of this entire series is that the establishing shots are quite CG, and I don't blame them. It's an easy way to do periodic buildings, but they use the same shots every time in almost every episode. So the same dude is riding a horse in the same position every week. I think it's just hilarious. This guy is just eternally trapped on this horse in this one street in England. I kind of feel sorry for the dude. Okay, that's my thoughts/ramblings on Bridgerton. A near perfect show with some amazing performances, amazing looking visuals. Just needs a little more oomph in the camera work department. What did you think of Bridgerton? Let me know in the comments down below. And what do you want to see in future seasons? Thank you very much for watching. I've been Harry Gray, and can you do me one more thing? Can you have a great day? Thank you.